Are you ready?
Huh? Are you ready?
You're so cute. Okay. Action. And cut. Oh wait, no. That's not how that would work. But anyways, so what's happening? What are we doing here?
Oh, it's actually starting already?
Yes, we are recording now.
Oh, damn.
I'll explain what we're doing here. Okay, so this is gonna become a weekly update, right, baby?
Yes.
With guest starring.
Wait, no, you have to do. You have to say it.
Okay. Okay. Guest starring my boyfriend, Gregorio. Okay, so the plan is to record like 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour someday. And then edit it down and just kind of post a weekly update. So here we are at, because I've been struggling to do these. So you're helping me to do this?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm gonna be editing these out. So.
Oh yeah, and he's gonna edit them. So
prepare for like big old head and like big teeth.
Hopefully,
and zoom in, face swap.
That'll be good. You're a brat. You better not do that to me.
And I'll just make her forehead just increase in size.
Anyways, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I start classes again on the 20th. Today, I should probably mention, today is the 5th of January. So yeah, 2026. Boy! And what, baby, what does that mean? That means... Okay, so I did the whole YouTube thing. Oh, hi, already. I was doing that in Mexico, just kind of weekly updates, trip updates and things here and there. And then I was struggling with it during this fall semester because I was busy and I like.
She was.
Yeah, I don't think I had the motivation.
Yeah, she was very busy. I would say like she was juggling a lot. What I mean by a lot, like she got accepted to the PhD program, and then from there she was juggling work, and then classes, and then also making time for us and like in our dates and stuff like that. So I was kind of like the person that was like organizing the dates and like, cause she was like, I want to go on a date. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, here's all the dates. They're like, that's too many. I'm like, well, here you go. Like, just pick one. Yeah.
But here we are. We've survived, and I will be posting some videos out of order if I want. maybe edit them in my YouTube. But I don't know. That's kind of just where it's at, huh, baby?
Yeah. By the way, I'm not wearing anything underneath, so. Giselle,
shut up! No, you're not.
No, I was gonna say Giselle really did a great job with like juggling everything, especially like with her family and making these trips and stuff like that. She really did make did an amazing work, especially just like juggling and everything and making time with Alexa and all these other events. That
Alexa would have to make time for me, actually.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
And then also taking care of Artie and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So she did a great job in her first semester of PhD.
It was a busy semester.
Yeah.
It was a busy semester, and I said that I think it's gonna just get more progressively harder and harder and intense. But I think it'll be, which is why I want to do these videos to kind of keep track of what's going on.
But I was gonna say, so you got accepted for your PhD program, and you also you're doing really well juggling.
And then I got my LMSW.
And then you got your LMSW, which I kind of helped you a little bit with the study material.
That was 100% me and 5% you.
100%.
Yeah, we can go over.
Okay.
I did. It was. I definitely had you helping me. I had my mom helping me. Oh my gosh, it was just, I had all of like my other like LMSW friends like talking about it, so, or my MSW friends talking about it, so there's some future friends, LMSW friends on their way.
And I would also
but yes, baby, thank you for
you're welcome. And then you also had your trip.
the conference, 2 conferences, because the conference to Colorado, so that one was a trip, which was fun, and I still never did. See, that's a conference. The conference video is a video that I haven't actually done. And then the case conference here in OKC. That one was cool. So then we have another one coming up in Utah, which I'm excited about. Oh, you miss me? I think my mom will go to Utah, so then I'll maybe make a video of that. Yeah?
Yeah, I think you should also do the podcast with your mom.
Dude, it's because nobody wanted to do it with me either. Like, everybody sucks. Alexa didn't want to ever do a video with me.
Look, I think you literally have to put the camera like this and just be like, all right, sit down.
I tried. They didn't want to.
Really?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't like I asked them and I didn't ever like set it up, but because they said no. But anyways, whatever.
Okay.
Thank you, baby, for doing this with me. So yeah, I mean, thank God for Boyle because he helps me with all of the program stuff.
I very much take a lot of that for your plate. I try to take as much of your plate as much as possible.
Yes.
Especially like cleaning her apartment, doing her laundry, cooking for her, making sure she has enough food after I'm gone.
Yeah.
And then, just cooking, cleaning, making sure everything. I'll resetting your house too.
I told you one of my colleagues was like, how do you do it? Like, how do you keep a good attitude? How do you keep like a positive attitude and just like, I was like self-care and my support system. I don't know like what I would do without my support system because you take care of all the food stuff and all the like, all the cleaning and and then since we get to do our like 2 days on, 2 days off, then I get to do work in between and then have fun days like in between, so it's really good.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I also say I'm also there when you need to decompress or
that's what I was saying.
100%.
Exactly.
And I would also say I'm also trying to take part of the video editing from her.
Yeah, we've talked about it. We've tried it.
Yeah, because at this point, like how the fact that she has so many classes and those classes, she has to read articles, and then after she reads those articles, she has to write out what the assignment is, and then do all these things, and then submit it, and then she doesn't get all like the points off of it, and then she has to get the feedback, resubmit it with all the feedback that she got to improve it, so she can get full points out of it. And
it's
really,
a lot.
it is a lot.
The reading was always the most like traumatizing. Like I had every time that we had an essay, that's whenever I broke down because it was so much like mentally on my mind to read all of this information for these articles and be like, oh my gosh, like that's what's happening, like that's what's going on, like that makes sense, like connecting all the dots, and it's like what do I do? Like what can I do now? Like what do we do from here? So I don't know, and I'm just a very existential person, so of course it weighs on me. But no, yeah, and so that's what it is. Like my program is with schoolwork. It's like 10 hours of classes. No, 21 hours of homework. 21 hours of homework. And then it's like 3, so 9 hours of class. So that's like 30 hours just for school.
Yeah.
and then
that also factoring in the time you have to drive there. So
then,
that's an extra hour. But
it's 10 hours with the program, with the direct practice, and then 10 hours with like with the service, and then what is it? Direct practice, ZI service, courses, and research, individual research, of course. So yeah, it's a lot. It comes out to be like anywhere from 30 to 50 hours a week.
Yeah.
Arnie needs to go potty. We'll take him out here in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah. But it's good. It's going good.
Yeah.
I think. I think so. Yeah, that's my plan, and this is the first of many coming, and I hope, and it's gonna be very similar to what I was doing in Mexico, like that first week, and then yeah, like from there, just going on with weekly updates, trips, stuff. Oh my goodness, I'm excited.
And you also took a trip to Phoenix too.
Yeah, and then we took our trip to Phoenix.
And we took a trip to...
Which I post so much of that stuff on my Instagram now, so shout out to my Instagram.
People.
Follow here. Just kidding. Yeah, maybe. That was fun.
Yeah.
What else? What else happened that I should mention? Because I posted, or I'm posting, whatever, a video of like, similar to what I did on Instagram. Oh my gosh, look at how swole my arms are.
She also got more swole.
Oh yeah, and I'd be going to the gym, and so I'm a swole sister.
I get noodle arms, so. No, I think, so you went there, I could have sworn, no, your project, what you're planning on doing.
Okay.
With getting, I think there was like 3 or 4 doctors that want to be on board.
The what? My thesis, you mean?
Your thesis, yeah.
So, the way that the program works is, for the first 3 years, I will be doing classes and essentially like learning the inner workings of the department and stuff like that. And in that time, developing my own research around whatever topic would elevate the research of special education. And it would have to be like, yeah, a legit research project with a like with like a overview and a literature review and a methods section and data collection, all these things. So I'm really, really excited. And yeah, I would offer some kind of like output, I guess. And so it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, but yeah, I would do that in 2020. I think I'd start that in the spring of 2027. I could be wrong. But and then, or maybe the spring in 2028. And then for that last year, 2028 to 2029, that's when I graduate. Yeah. So yeah, 3 years of classes. Then the 4th year is the dissertation year. And then I will be needing to get a committee and select my members and stuff like that. So yeah, it's good. I'm excited. What else? Because the whole purpose of this is, one, to make sure that people are connected, like my mom, my friends. If anybody was like ever wanting to like hear what a PhD is like they can watch these. And then for me to watch in the future whenever like I want to look back at them. So yeah, is there anything else I'm missing?
You might be.
I got a new iPad.
Yeah.
I got a new Goyo won an iPad for his job at his job, and I had my iPad, and I'm a whore for Apple products. I really am. I love Apple products. They get me so easily. Like ever since the iPod, the little square iPod. That was mine. I remember the bigger ones, but I couldn't have those because I was too little. My cousins had
broke. I couldn't have it. I had the iPod Shuffle.
I was spoiled and abused.
I was literally poor, so I had to save up money for that shit. I remember that.
Yeah.
I just wanted iPod. I just wanted the iPod because they're Apple and they're good, and I didn't care. Like I couldn't select my music. I just wanted to go ahead and just have like an MP3 player. I'm pretty sure you don't know what those are.
I know.
But yeah, and then because back in the good old days where you sacrifice your family's family's home computer when you're downloading music from LimeWire.
I used to download CDs.
Those were the good old days.
I used to download CDs. I told you that. Anyways.
But anyway.
But yeah.
And then one of your game plans that in the future is going to Italy for 2 months.
Yeah, that's like in the very like far future. So after the whole Mexico trip, like I was like, oh my gosh, like I can't stop. I want to do this again. I want to go abroad again. And so I think it would be really fun and beneficial, like, to my dissertation, to my program, to do some kind of, like, I don't know, get some data from international sites, like international schools, and that's what I'm, like, leaning towards, school systems and stuff like that. And so yeah, if I could do that in the summer of 2027, that's kind of the plan for it. And yeah, because I made some pretty good connections through my Mexico trip, so if I can, I will. And then Artie will stay here with you, huh?
Yeah.
What
So,
else?
No, that's what I'm kind of like trying to like
Thank you, baby.
trying to support you on that, and I'm just trying to make sure that you come prepared to succeed on your PhD, and anything that I can do to make your life a lot easier. This is what I'm trying to do. Honestly, that's why I gave you the iPad.
Yeah.
Because I think you would have more use for it than I would, and especially like just seeing because when I was looking at Giselle's work for when she was posting on Discord and posting on social media about her about the Spark training stuff, she did like she was using so many other things. She was using her laptop a lot, and she was doing a great job. Everything came out really great, but I was like, this is gonna be a lot easier if you had an iPad.
It's just hard, like, sometimes it was hard with my phone to do things because it's like here, and like the way that all of the pictures and stuff are in different places, like Microsoft, and then like my photos. So sometimes it was better to do it on my computer because of that, and then other times it was better to do it on my phone because of the editing. And then so it was like there has to be a middle, like there has to be an in between, and of course an iPad is in between. It's exactly like the organizing stuff that I can do with my photos and moving it to the files and things like that, and then downloading it straight to the computer, or so that way they're organized in that way, and then I can start editing them on the tablet, and I hope it's so much easier. I'm really excited. So yes, I have, and that's my goal. That's my goal is to really like lock in with just the like a 2 or 3 skills that I want to develop this year. So number 1 is getting better with my writing, I think. Like my writing and reading, like just staying in a good flow with that, yeah. So getting better with my writing is 1. And then 2 is developing my social media content. And 3 is that project, my parent support group, my parent coffee hour project that I'm going to be working on and focusing on for the rest of the semester. So yeah, what else? Is that it?
I was gonna say, so that's for this year. Do you think you can fit your maybe? You know what? It would also be a really good idea. You can start it, but you won't finish it. But starting is a great like point to make writing your book.
What book?
Just like that, you said you wanted to write a book.
I don't know.
You can just write a book.
I try to write. I mean, because I write so much. Like I write daily. I try to write morning pages. I definitely skip some mornings, but even if I don't write morning pages, I typically am writing excerpts throughout the day. Sometimes I'll just make a note of this date, and then like every time that I write, every time I think of something to write, then I write it. And then yeah, and I do have folders and stuff in my notes. And that was another thing that's really cool about the iPad, because it's right there. So like I can write on it.
Just don't put your elbow on it.
I'm so excited. Yeah, so that's why I didn't have the iPad, because when I was in Mexico, I didn't want to use it too much because it was cracked. So I really just used it for a tablet, like to watch TV. And I did have some notes in it, but I kept it at home. I did not ever take it anywhere with me. But yeah, now I have this one. It's an iPad. What is it? Air Pro? Is it Air Pro?
It's not Air Pro. It's an
iPad
iPad
Pro, I think.
It's an iPad A16 with the A16 chip.
Oh, with the A16 chip?
What I am planning on doing too is eventually I am planning on fixing Giselle's original iPad, because I think that one's like, I'm not sure if it's a lot better than mine or whatever. But just having 2 iPads, I think, would be good for her.
It's weird because this one's a newer generation, and then mine is an older generation. But
yeah,
I I don't know.
So you'll
And
see.
then
Like,
we can give it to Lupe, or you can keep it. Lupe said he wants it.
Lupe wants it.
So he said.
Okay. I mean, the thing is just the screen costs like about $150.
Oh yeah, that was
Unless he wants me to buy the screen.
I said I would buy it. Well, you can buy it. That was like, huh? That's true.
It's
Well, I don't know.
yeah, you'll see. But so far, like I showed Giselle like all the things you can do. Like you can have multiple windows open up at the
With
same
it.
time and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's why it's
So-
updated.
And she was like, "Oh my goodness!" Like,
I like it a lot. It's
Yeah.
really cool.
yeah.
Okay, let's wrap
So,
this up.
okay.
What else? I don't want to talk about anything that's going on politically, other than I hate it. And I
Yeah.
hate him. And please, I think the majority of Gen Z does not agree with Trump administration. Like I'd say probably like 60% of Gen Z. You can fight me on that number if you want. Anything else? Artie is a pain in my butt, but hopefully he survives this year. He keeps getting into shit. He got into dark chocolate the other day, so.
That and May.
And May was the one who got it because it was up high where he couldn't get, but she's a little like escape artist kind of, so she was able to bring.
She just walks so quietly though.
She's evil, I guess.
She does.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I guess that's it, and then we'll do this again next week.
Alright.
Yeah. Cool. Say bye.
Bye. Go ahead. I think you should do an outro like
Okay,
that.
all right, ready? And then we say the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys,